Good morning, y'all. Just got done with my run, my shoulder workout, and it just keeps going through my head that if we can't form a mindset that uses hardships to motivate us even more, then we're not going to be ready for what life's got for us. I mean, I can look back to so many people that I've lost due to addiction. And what I did was I could have fell into it and lost hope and said, oh, there's no hope, there's no point in doing this anyways. Or I turned that to represent for them and for the life that I have here to fuel me to go even harder, to make sure that I'm not becoming complacent. We know that if we don't continue to progress, well, then we think we don't need to grow anymore. For an addict or for anybody in life in general, that's taking a loss. That's not preparing for what's coming next. I think about when my grandma passed, and it was one of the hardest things I faced in early recovery. And, you know, I had to process new emotions. First grief I ever processed sober, and it was brand new to me. And what I did was I just kept focusing on the good memories. I went even harder for the things that I had to do in my life that were important for me. And then I just remembered some of the last words that she said. And I used her loss because I know that she's in a better place now, but I used it to fuel me even more from there. Multiple moments that came up after, because she kept telling me, God's not finished with you yet. God's not finished with you yet. Then I think about the same thing when struggles with getting a job, or I had felonies that were pending. I couldn't grasp how I was going to get through this moment. I was being formed in that moment. I built a mindset of, oh, this just isn't what I'm supposed to do. So I went even harder. I pushed even harder, kept God in my recovery even harder. And then things just opened up that were unimaginable. You know, I think about really when I was back in jail, and one of the biggest things was I used all the hate, all the doubt from the people in that jail cell. They were in the city that I've been running in and terrorizing in, and they said, man, Stowe, that was what they called me, Stowe. They said, man, Stowe, you know you just gonna go right back out there. You don't need to go to no treatment. You don't got to do that. Man, when you're done, you're done. One thing I learned is be careful who you're listening to, because some of these were some old folks that had been living in that vicious cycle for a long time, and I had to realize I'm not taking anything they say with value. So I left there and I stirred it up, and I started speaking like an art out of my mouth. No excuses, no holding back that I am going to do it. I know I need to do this. And I let them shake their head. I let them doubt me, tell me I'm just going to end up right back where I was at. And I came to where I'm at now. And in the last 2.5 years, my life has done a complete 360. If I went back and showed them, I guarantee they would want to take these steps too. So I just keep thinking about all the different hardships that I faced, but the mindset and the doubts and the hates and the grief and all the things that these new emotions that I had to go through, I turned every one of them into a positive for me. I used it to fuel me. I used it to keep pushing, and I just don't stop. You know, that's the thing. We find ourselves, oh, I don't feel like it. Well, we got to build a mindset of doing what we need to do even when we don't feel like it. When we step into new emotions and new hardships and we're like, I don't got to go to a meeting. Well, you're setting yourself up for failure. Oh, you've been keeping up with working out because that's good for your recovery and your health. But some stuff came up. I don't really feel like going anymore. If you can start to go through with the things that are good for you, even when you don't feel like it, I promise you success is to come. We have to eliminate excuses, build a mindset of ownership in our own lives, and we got to keep pushing forward. Nothing's holding us back. We're not listening to the lies of the enemy anymore. We're not dwelling and tripping on the process that we're going through right now, because everything we're going through right now is going to build us to where we're going to be so that we can experience the life that we have that's sitting ahead of us. So I just wanted to share, y'all. There's a whole lot of thoughts that are on my mind this morning. I got sweat going in my eyes. I'm fueled up. I'm about to have to do an intervention after this phone call, after this video with a family member. And I could have got in my emotions, decided to give up. I didn't. I went and did what's right and got myself in a good mindset before, did my meditations, did my readings, went and got a workout. I'm ready. So it's time to get started. I love y'all. Peace.